my week 2 predictions for this week. First off, it's Jets and Patriots, which is tonight. People think the Jets can win because the Patriots, they're out of receivers basically, but they're playing in New England, so I gotta give the edge to the Patriots. Much as I hate them, as Tom Brady, he's still Geno Smith. He's pretty good, I guess, but they're not gonna upset the Patriots at home. We have Rams at Falcons on Sunday. Rams, I thought they were gonna start pretty good like last year. I don't know about this year. They're gonna be playing in Atlanta with the 0-1 Falcons team, ready to get some wins and build on from last year's disappointing end to their season, the championship. I think the Falcons are gonna win that game. It might not be that close. Next, the Chargers at my Eagles. See, a lot of people think the Chargers might blow the Eagles out, or the Eagles blow the Chargers out, or it could be a big shootout game. I'm gonna say Eagles win 34-24 in this game. It's gonna be unpredictable because of what the Chargers did last week or Monday, 28-7. They gave up the whole lead and lost the game in their own home. Okay, we have the Cowgirls, girls at Chiefs. I love the Chiefs now this year because of Andy Reid and Alex Smith. I think Andy Reid is a great coach. You guys already know that. They did awesome against the Jaguars. I know it's just the Jaguars, but still, they only gave up 2 points in the beginning of the game. So I think their defense is great, and that they have good defense, good offense. They're gonna do good. I think they're gonna beat the Cowgirls. It's gonna be close, 30-28. I want to say. So yeah, Dolphins at Colts. Andrew Luck, they did pretty good. They started out good last week against the Raiders, and they kind of softened up like the Eagles did. Dolphins kind of played ugly, even though they won by 13 points. So I'm gonna say, since they're playing in Indianapolis, they're gonna win this game 27-14. I'll say. Titans at Texans. Ed Reed's still hurt. I'm not sure what's wrong with him or how long he's been hurt, but after that 21-point comeback, they won 24 points, 24 straight points, and won in San Diego. I think the Titans aren't even going to be a challenge. I think they're going to win 28-13. Texans win. Next, we have Redskins at Packers. I'm so glad because Packers are not going to go 0-2 this year. I can promise you that. Redskins, I hate them. RG3, I like him, but he's just, I don't like that division, except if you're my Eagles. Redskins will start at 0-2, and they're going to have a real tough time getting their offense going against the Packers. So I'll say 31-20, the Packers win. Next, Browns at Ravens. Surprise, surprise. Browns, I think they're going to lose. Ravens, I'm sure they're pretty mad from last week's defeat against the Broncos. 49, worst defense ever in history of that game. So yeah, Ravens are gonna win that game, 27-13. I say. Next we have Panthers at Bills. They put up a good fight against the Seahawks last week, so I think in Buffalo it's gonna be a tough game. I'll say the Panthers win 24-23. Next, Vikings at Bears. Vikings still gonna get their stuff together. Greg Jennings is gonna be their main target, and Adrian Peterson. I think Jay Cutler kind of got lucky in that game last week. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I think the Vikings will win this one. I'll say Bears 24, Vikings 31. I guess. Saints at Buccaneers. That's gonna be a tough game for the Saints because they barely beat the Falcons, but Buccaneers couldn't even beat the Jets. So, Drew Brees is looking good. Last week he looked pretty good. The defense is looking better with Rob Ryan. So I'm gonna say the Saints win 27-21. Yeah. Lions at Cardinals. I don't really like either of these teams. They just bore me. But Lions had a pretty good game last week. I think I think the Cardinals might win. They lost by 1 field goal. Carson Palmer, he'll be pretty good. Hitting Fitzgerald all game long. I'll say the Cardinals are going to win that game 23-20. Next, here's a fun game. Jaguars at Raiders. I don't remember his name. Terrell Pryor, I guess that's his name. He looked pretty good in that preseason game a couple weeks ago, but he almost beat the Colts in his first starter or second game as a starter in his career. But yeah, Raiders. If the Jaguars can't beat a team in Jacksonville, I don't think they're going to go into Oakland and beat the Raiders. That's going to be a sleeper game. I'll say the Raiders win 23-13. Here's a game I can't wait for: the Broncos and the Giants, the Manning Bowl. This is okay. I don't like either one of these teams, but if there's one team in this league I hate the most, it's the Giants. Well, it is. So there's no way the Broncos are going to go into New York. I mean, still away game, but there's no way they're going to lose. There's no way. The Broncos are they're coming off too hot. They're just gonna win this game. That's just the bottom line. I'll say it'll be a close game maybe, but Giants, thankfully, are gonna start out the season 0-2 and lose to Peyton Manning's Broncos rather. 38-31 maybe. And another game I cannot wait for is the 49ers at Seattle Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to pull this one off. Kaepernick had an awesome game last week against the Packers, but I think the Seahawks defense is going to tear them up. I really do. So, Seahawks, last year they played in Seattle, the 49ers did, and they got smoked, and that year they went to the Super Bowl. So, I'm going to say the Seahawks are going to win this game 34-20. 34 to. It's going to be a close game. 34-30, I'll say. Also, Steelers at Bengals. Steelers are one of my favorite teams. Big Ben. Well, they lost a lot of good players besides him. They've lost all four of their preseason games, and they lost. That was the ugliest game I've ever seen them play against the Titans. Just ugly in Pittsburgh. So going into Cincinnati and winning, I don't see it. I love the Steelers, but it's not happening. Bengals win 24-14 maybe. So yeah, those are my predictions for week 2. So yeah.